This just in.
Welcome to a 49ers news update. San Francisco 49ers are busy during the bye week. Even though they have some time off, it doesn't mean the news stops. And the San Francisco 49ers had worked out cornerback Casey Hayward yesterday. Well, they did not sign Casey Hayward. Instead, they signed cornerback Terrance Mitchell to the practice squad. The 49ers had said they were going to go ahead and fill that role left by Jason Verrett as a veteran corner on the practice squad, and Mitchell is who they turned with. Terrance Mitchell is 5'11", 191 pounds, and he was originally drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in 2014. Throughout his 8-year NFL career, he's been with the Cowboys, Bears, Chiefs, Browns, Texans, and Titans. He's appeared in 94 games. He had 56 starts. He has 305 tackles, 1 sack, 63 pass defense, 9 interceptions, 10 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. Mitchell has also appeared in 4 postseason games, 3 starts, and added 14 tackles and 1 pass defense. In 2023, Mitchell signed a 1-year deal with the 49ers on July 26th and was released by the team on August 9th. So he was with the 49ers during the first part of training camp. He's a Sacramento native who played at Oregon. So it's a guy who's very familiar with this area. And the 49ers feel comfortable with Terrance Mitchell being a veteran leader on their practice squad and a potential, if they need him, they could elevate him. So Terrance Mitchell comes to the 49ers. He was with them a little bit, so he already understands the basis of the scheme. And now they've got to get him up to speed. He's got time. He's got a couple of weeks just in case they need him. Right now, I would say that they still count on Sam Womack and Darrell Luter Jr., but this gives them some versatility if they need it to fill one of those practice squad spots that was open. But they weren't done there. They also signed Sam Okuwanu. Defensive lineman Sam Okuwanu will be joining the 49ers. He's 6'1", 269 pounds. He was drafted by the Tennessee Titans. I'm sorry, he was an undrafted free agent signed by the Tennessee Titans in 2022. Been in the league for 2 years, both with the Titans. Appeared in 6 games and had 11 tackles and a half sack. He has been between the team's active roster and practice squad. In 2023, Okuwanu signed a futures reserve contract with Tennessee. And on January 10th, was waived by the team on August 31st. So he's a guy the 49ers thought that there was potential there, and they're adding him to the practice squad. We'll see. I don't think the 49ers are going to need a defensive tackle, but they had 2 spots available on their practice squad because also with these moves of signing Terrance Mitchell and Okuwanu, the 49ers also placed 2 practice squad players on IR, ending their season. Jason Verrett, of course, last week had torn his rotator cuff, an unfortunate accident where he fell going up for a football. His season is over. And also Tayler Hawkins, who had the big interception against the Rams in Week 18, he injured his wrist, and it's going to require surgery. He was also placed on the practice squad injured reserve, meaning his season is done. So the 49ers lost 2 key secondary pieces as far as depth in Tayler Hawkins and Jason Verrett. They look for Terrance to be able to step in and make some plays for them. Terrance Mitchell is a good player, and we'll see how much he can add to this 49ers roster. Now, also some good news, though. Safety George Odom had his practice window open, and George Odom now will be potentially available for the 49ers in the playoffs, and that could add some extra depth to the safety position, a safety position that has been marred by injury over the last several weeks, really starting in the middle of the season with Tauno Fonga. Then Jair Brown goes down, then Tashawn Gibson goes down, now Tayler Hawkins goes down. But the 49ers are getting healthy at the right time at the safety position, and George Odom is not just a safety, but a very, very important special teams player. The 49ers want to get back and onto their active roster. So now the 49ers have 2 players still in the 21-day practice window. Danny Gray's decision has to come really soon. George Odom, they have more time, but the likelihood is George Odom will be activated before the divisional game. The 49ers will have to make a corresponding roster move to have space for him on the 53-man roster. But it does appear George Odom will be back and ready to help the 49ers special teams and depth at the safety position. With Danny Gray, it's a little bit more complicated. You already have 6 wide receivers currently, with Jawan Jennings going ahead and clearing concussion protocol. Ray McLeod returned last week, and you still have Chris Conley and Ronnie Bell on the active roster to go with starters Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. So we'll see. That could be one of the places the 49ers look to trim when they add George Odom, because you can't have an abundance of players at one position at this point in the season. So the 49ers are going to have to make some tough decisions. We'll see what happens with their decisions as far as bringing back Danny Gray and bringing back George Odom. When it comes to Drake Jackson, Kyle Shanahan was asked once the Cleveland Farrell injury became more than it was, and Farrell is out for the first playoff game. They asked him about Drake Jackson. He said Drake Jackson wasn't going to come back, that it didn't appear that he was going to be healthy and able to come back from IR. And now we know why Kyle Shanahan said that, because Drake Jackson had knee surgery today, and that means he is officially out for the season. He will end the season on IR and end what started as such a promising second season, 3 sacks in Pittsburgh. But after that, it didn't really go the way that the 49ers or Drake Jackson envisioned this season going. But he's vowed to come back with a vengeance, vowed to come back and take over and do some big-time things. So the 49ers, with Drake Jackson not coming back and Cleveland Farrell being out, are going to count on rookie Robert Beal Jr. to get some significant snaps. They have yet to address the position, so it looks like that's what they're going to do. The rotation is set. Bosa and Chase Young will start, and Randy Gregory and Robert Beal Jr. will be a part of the rotation at defensive end. And the 49ers, that's how it looks for the divisional round. Cleveland Farrell may be back for the NFC Championship game. We shall see. So 49ers continue to make news, continue to bring guys in. All the while, their coach, defensive coordinator Steve Wilks, and Adam Peters continue to take interviews around the league for head coaching and general manager jobs. Any news breaks, we'll go ahead and bring it to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already on that push for 5K. I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Until then, stay safe. Remember, the right way is always the 49ers.